So this will be the tutorial for lesson number 5, collecting treasure with Laurel. And it has 13 puzzles, and we're going to begin with number 1. When this is your turn, please make sure that you watch this video and click continue at the bottom. This will automatically take us to puzzle number 2. This is a free play. This is Laurel the Adventurer. Move her around and get as much treasure as you can. Use the collect block to pick up the treasure. Drag blocks into the workspace and try to figure out how to get treasure. Get at least one item to pass this level. So please look at the puzzle and notice that there are 4 gems, 4 pieces of treasure. At the same time, I also want you to notice this at the bottom where it says goal 0 of 1. In other words, you are welcome to get as many of the gems as possible, but the computer only requires that you get 1. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have her take a step forward, and then I'm going to ask her to collect that gem. So 1 move forward, and 1 collect. When I click run, this will change from 0 to 1 as soon as she collects it. As soon as that goal has been met, this button will turn orange and we will be able to move on to the next puzzle. Click finish, continue, and this will be puzzle number 3. The directions say move Laurel to the treasure and then use the collect block to pick up, which means this is the block that we will use to ask her to pick up the gem. But we cannot use this until she is standing on top of it. How many steps will she have to take until she's on top of it? 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So ask her to move forward 4 times. And then she can collect the gem that's in that spot. Click continue. Here is puzzle number 4. Sequence matters. The blocks you need are already in the workspace, but not connected. Order these blocks to collect the treasure and solve the puzzle. Notice that there are no blue blocks available because the directions say that everything we need is right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move them out of the way, giving myself more space with which to work. So based on where Laurel is standing right now, and her eyes are already looking in the direction that we need, she must take 2 steps. So 2 move forwards, which look like this. Now her eyes are still looking south, however, so we're going to turn her eyes so that they're looking this direction, and that will be a turn. Let's make sure that we like it. Good. Now she needs to take another step, at which point she will be standing on top of the gem and we can ask her to collect. Click finish, continue. Puzzle number 5. Again, sequence matters. The blocks you need are already in the workspace but not connected. Put these blocks in order to collect all of the treasure and solve the puzzle. So supposedly all of the blocks that we need are already here. I'm going to go ahead and move these out of the way, since that is going to be our workspace. And based on where she is and which direction she's looking, I'm going to have her take a step forward. Just 1. This is what it looks like. Now her eyes are still looking towards the stone, so the next thing I want her to do is turn so she's looking south. There is a turn right and a turn left. In this case, I'm going to use a turn right. Reset, try it again. Now she's looking south, so I'm going to make her take 2 steps. So move forward, at which point she will be standing on top of this gem and I'm going to ask her to collect it. Let's see what this looks like so far. Great. Now she's still looking at the stone, so I'm going to turn her so she's looking in this direction. So I'm going to use the other turn. Make sure I like it. And now she has to take 2 more steps before she can pick up the last one. So 2 move forwards and collect. Click finish and continue. Puzzle number 6. The directions say, help me collect each bit of treasure. These blocks are in the wrong order. Can you fix them? We already have 9 out of 9 blocks. And when they tell us that the blocks are in the wrong order, they're suggesting that we will not need anything from here. Everything we will need is already here. The problem is that they're in the wrong place. I can already see the problem. If you look at the puzzle, the gems are all the way at the end. So any collect blocks should be at the end of the program. Here, the collect blocks are at the beginning of the program. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take these collect blocks out. I know that they do not belong at the beginning of the program. They belong at the end of the program. So take it out, reconnect, take the other one out, reconnect. These 2 will belong somewhere towards the end. Let's see if we can figure out where. And here's the first one. Notice that she is standing on top of it, and that is the block that has the yellow line around it. So the first collect block should go right under that spot, which means the last one should be at the end. Finish and collect. The directions say, help me collect all of the treasure. These blocks are in the wrong order. Reorder them to collect all of the treasure. Again, they are suggesting that we will not need anything from the workspace, that everything that we need is already here. It's just in the wrong order. So we are going to use the step block to figure out what needs to be moved or rearranged. Good. And there's the first mistake. She turned the wrong direction, and that's the block that has the yellow line. Right now it says turn right. It should say turn left, so let's fix that. Then we're going to reset and start again. There's our second mistake. She should not have turned. She should simply have continued walking. So instead of a turn, it should be a move forward. Now, if I look at the program, there is a move forward right next to it. So instead of changing this turn, we're simply going to take it out. Reconnect everything and do it again. Now here, there's an issue. You notice that she didn't walk to the next square completely, and that is because the next block that has a yellow line says the word collect. Unfortunately, there is nothing in that spot, and the computer knows that. So instead of collecting something when she's in this space, what should she be doing? She should be turning. So this turn block that we removed just a moment ago, we're actually going to put it back in this spot, right on top of the block that has the yellow letter, the yellow line rather, just right on top of it. Reset and continue. Now it is a turn in the wrong direction, so let's fix that quickly. Reset, do it again. Now here we have the same issue that we had a moment ago. You'll notice that the very next block that has a yellow line says collect, but there is nothing for her to collect in this spot. Instead of it saying collect, it should have said move forward. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the move forward that's at the very end of the program, and I'm going to move it up and put it right on top of the collect block. This will make the collect block move downwards. Right on top, like that. Reset and try it again. That's it. Finish and continue. Here is puzzle number 8, and it is a challenge puzzle. Please click I am ready. The directions say, what is going on here? Even if we put these in the right order, there will still be some missing. Use blocks from the toolbox to collect all of the treasure. Please notice that this program requires 16 blocks and we only have 11. Therefore, even though we will have to rearrange some of these, we will also have to add some from the toolbox. So begin by clicking step. Everything's okay so far? And step again, and here's our first mistake. She did not collect that gem, which means that the block that has the yellow line around it should not say move forward, it should say collect. We are going to take a collect block and put it in that spot. This is the line that had the block that had the yellow line around it a moment ago. Right there. Then we're going to reset and do it again. Okay, now there's another mistake. Instead of turning, she should have moved forward. Now, if I look at the program, there is a move forward following that block. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the turn block out. Reconnect, reset, and start again. And there's our next mistake. Instead of moving forward when she was here, she should have turned. So the turn block that we removed a moment ago, I'm going to grab it and I'm going to put it on top of the block that has the yellow line. Reset, do it again. Now, unfortunately, she did turn, but she turned the wrong direction. That's an easy thing to fix. We can change that from a left to a right. Reset and do it again. And here's our next problem. The block that has the yellow line around it says collect. However, there is nothing for her to collect in this spot. So instead of telling her to collect, she should have moved forward. So the block that has the yellow line around it should not say collect. It should say move forward. And there is a move forward right next to it. So I'm going to go ahead and take the collect block out and put that back in. Now it says move forward like it should. Reset, do it again. Now, instead of turning, she should have collected. So the collect block that we moved a moment ago, we're going to take it and we're going to put it right on top of that. However, I'm also going to remove the turn block, and I'll tell you why. At no point should she be turning yet. In fact, after she collects this gem, we are going to make her walk to the end here. This time I'm going to click run and watch her do all the steps that we know are correct up until this point. And like I said, we're going to make her walk until the end. So that means that she needs to do 2 move forwards. And please remember, the program did tell us that we would have to add blocks at this point. Move forward. And then we're going to make her turn. However, if you remember correctly, this did make her turn north and we want her to turn south. So change it to a left. Run it again. Very good. Now she just has one more gem to pick up, so make her take a step forward, and finally a collect. And this brings us finally to 16 out of 16 blocks. Reset it and run it. Quite a long puzzle. Finish and continue. Here is puzzle number 9. The instructions say, keep up the good work, help me collect all of the treasure. We have an 8 block limit. So the first thing I want you to notice is she does actually have to take a step forward, at which point she will be on top of a gem. So ask her to collect it, run it, make sure you like it. Good. Now she has to take another step and collect. Reset it, run it, and see if you like it. This time she will have to take 2 steps before she can collect. So 2 move forwards. And then collect. And that will bring us to 8 out of 8. Finish and continue. Here is puzzle number 10. The directions say, let's get all of the treasure. So you can see that she needs to take 2 steps forward, and she's already looking in that direction. So we're going to make her go that direction. So 2 step forwards, or 2 move forwards, and collect. After she collects it, she needs to turn so that she's looking north, and that'll be a turn to the right. And because this essentially we're going to end up with the shape of a square almost, all of the turns will be turn right. Run it, make sure you like it. Good. Again, she will have to take 2 steps, collect, and turn to the right. So the same exact thing again. 2 move forwards, collect, turn right. And again, 2 more steps and collect. And this time she will not have to turn at the end, since this will be the end of everything that she needs to do. The collect block will be the last one, and that does bring us to 12 out of 12. Finish and continue. Here is puzzle number 11. The directions say, help Laurel collect all of the treasure. So you can see that her eyes are already looking in this direction, so she just needs to take a step and collect. However, her eyes are now still looking at the stone. We need her to look this way, in which case she will have to turn to the left. Now she needs to take a step. And her eyes are still looking at the stone, so we're going to turn her. Now, this is a zigzag shape or a staircase, which means that the turns are going to be opposite of each other. What that means is that since the first time she turned to the left, the next time she needs to turn, like right now, will be an opposite turn, so a turn to the right. Now she simply has to move forward and collect. Finish and continue. This is a multiple choice problem, which means you do not have to build the program. You simply have to identify what needs to happen or what will happen if she performs this program. Will she, A, Laurel will collect 4 pieces of treasure using this code, or Laurel will try to collect treasure where there is not any and it causes an error, or C, Laurel will collect all of the treasure, or D, Laurel will collect 1 piece of treasure using this code. Now, I chose D just as an example, and so if I run the program, she will actually try to do it. Now, nothing happened, so at this point, I am not too concerned about this puzzle. If you choose correctly, congratulations. If you do not, please simply click continue. And now you will be on puzzle 13, which is the last one of this unit. The directions here say you are almost done. Collect as many pieces of treasure as you can and finish the stage. However, this is not true. Take a look down here. If you remember from the beginning of the unit, the computer is saying that you are welcome to pick up all of the gems if you want to, but the computer only requires 1. So that is all I'm going to do. I'm going to have her take a step forward and collect. You are welcome to have her pick up all of them if you want. Click run, click finish, click continue, and because it's the last one of the unit, You will get to the page with the certificate, and remember, you do not have to do anything here. This simply means that you are done. Thank you.